welcome back to EdWise, Education, Literacy, and Life. I am so excited to see you all in a new year. It's been a really long time and a lot of things have played out since I last made a video. I'll talk a little bit about those things, and I will share with you also my 2 Cent Tuesday tip for this week. I just want to start off by saying, when I say it was a crazy time, it's been a crazy time between the months of August all the way to January. So much has transpired. I believe my last video that I recorded was back in September, and I apologize for leaving you all hanging. But first things first, you found out in September that I would be attending the Hawaii International Conference on Education in Honolulu, Hawaii. I attended that earlier in the month of January, and you all saw a beautiful reflection video. I didn't actually narrate or talk or anything, but you saw a beautiful reflection video from my adventures going and exploring the island, as well as you saw a little bit of the highlights from the different sessions that I went to, as well as I was able to present 2 sessions, PEEPS, Parent Engagement Empowerment Participation Seminar. Thank you those of you that did fill out information as far as research on parent involvement and whether or not we need to do more with our teachers. And then also I presented Changing the Language, using social media and popular culture to teach traditional literacy skills. I'm not just leaving those behind, and I'm not leaving that research behind. I still have more to do with that. I just want to say I had an amazing time and met some of the most amazing people at the Hawaii International Conference. It was an international conference, and I met people from all over the world who were excited about education and excited to share their ideas with other people. I want to give a really big shout out to Canada. A large group of people from Canada came to my Changing the Language presentation, and I appreciate you all participating and being there. That was awesome. As I said, you never know where I might end up visiting. I would love to see you all again. I appreciate y'all for coming to my session. We had some great conversations, and I hope you got some great information out of the session. All right, let's move on. I'm going to go into my teacher tip next, and then I have the exciting news that I'm going to share with you all. There's too much for me to fill y'all in with in between, but just know that when I started off this year, January 2019, and saying everything was going to be a new year and a new start, some people say that and they don't really mean it, but when I tell you everything is new, everything is new. So that's about all I'm going to say for right now. I'll get more into that at the end of the video. With that said, let's go into the 2 cent tip. First of all, I want to give a shout out to my husband, Wise Ideas. If you would like to find him for logo or photography. He is not a photographer by day. That's just his thing that he likes to do on the side. He can do many things, but he created a logo for me to use into the new year. I decided to start using that on my teacher tip. If y'all can look, it's probably backwards, but if you go to Instagram, there it is. And I think you're seeing a flip version of it. But if you go to Instagram, instagram.com/Dr. spelled out, DOCTOR, Childs, you'll see my 2 cent tips and other resources that I post related to education. So the 2 cent tip this week, it says, students notice more about your teaching than we give them credit for. Minor details make a huge difference when teaching, and your students notice them. So A lot of times students notice when we cut corners. Um, you can't skate through teaching. This is not a profession. I know people think we just show up from 8 to 4 and we go home. Yeah, we have to deal with some behavior and give out some assignments and grade some papers, but that's it. No, it's not that easy, and it's not something you can skate through. You really have to know your content area, and you really have to know how to teach and work with children. And students will pick up on it really quickly, and they'll use it to their advantage as well if you let them. So just a reminder that we should be doing what we can to go the extra mile with students, and they notice when we go the extra mile. They may not notice right away, but eventually they notice because they've been exposed to different teachers and different teaching styles, and they later can see who went the extra mile and who put a little bit extra into their teaching. So that was just something I wanted to share. I work with pre-service teachers as well as teachers who are already out in the field teaching. And I've been kind of tailoring a lot of my tips towards pre-service teachers, encouraging my student teachers that are out in the field. So you might see a lot more of those and hear a lot more of those coming up. I have one more thing that I want to share with you all, and then I'm going to close out the video for this week. But one thing that is very, very, very important that I want to share with you all, I finally have a faculty home. Yay! Many of you, I don't even need to get into the whole story, but let's just say I started January 2018 with no faculty home, no job whatsoever, and I'll just leave it there. And so I started doing some of my YouTube videos, started doing my teacher tips, really putting myself out there, putting a lot of work, doing a lot of articles. I had been doing that, but I started doing it even more. The YouTube and all of this came about after that. One, because I had the time. Two, I had students that encouraged me to keep going and start putting your work out there, because that is the future. So those of you that encouraged me, Cynthia, thank you for doing that. And many, many others. I had my husband pushing and saying, he bought me new equipment. As soon as he bought the equipment, I stopped making videos. But y'all, I promise I'm going to do better, and you're going to see even more this year. Long story short, last year was not a good year. I may have put on a smile for you all, but it was a struggle. I, again, started off 2018 from scratch with nothing as far as career-wise, except for what I own and what I currently do. And I have been looking for a faculty home because I have a lot of exciting things that I want to do with pre-service teachers as well as with universities and grants. And that home that found me is Texas A&M University Commerce. I actually work in the curriculum and instruction department, and I have an amazing department chair and assistant department chair, and everyone that I have encountered, from students to all of the faculty, have been nothing but amazing so far, and very welcoming and kind and friendly and helpful. So I just can't be, I'm just so thankful and so blessed. It's a long story how I got there, but just know I got there, and I'm excited. I'm excited to be working with students. I'm excited to be out in the field, going to see interns, which student teachers, and just really, really, really overjoyed with the new opportunities that have come my way. There's a little bit other things that are going on behind the scenes, but I won't put that out there for right now. But when I say 2019 started a new chapter, it started an entire new chapter for my husband and I. So I would like for you all, if you have any questions, anything that you want to hear about in this new year. I know January is over. I'm recording this January 31st, but if there's anything that you all would like to see videos about, any questions that you might have, anyone that would like to collaborate or work together on some upcoming things, feel free to contact me at my website. It is below this video. I just want to really give a shout out to those of you who are encouraging, those of you who I have a huge, not a huge, but a lot of following on Instagram, those of you who have either prayed. I've had people that have written letters. I've had people that are constantly sharing positions and just giving me encouragement. I want to thank all of you. This is not the last that I'll speak about my new home. However, I'm going to be a little bit busier, so videos may be a little bit more sporadic, but I have not totally abandoned this channel, and I wanted to let you all know the great news, and I wanted to let you all know that I'm not gone. I'm just getting started. All right, I think that is it for today. I would like for you all to remember to go out and not only teach, but to serve your students. And that would be all today for Education, EdWise, Literacy, and Life. You all have a great day, and off to February we go. Bye.